Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video, we are going to talk about the only thing you need to do to trust in the Lord, to get closer to the Lord, and to understand the Lord. So before we get into today's video, I do want to mention that I do have an official Christian clothing brand. If any of you guys are interested in supporting me or my channel, this is one of the shirts. I do have 3 designs up on my website right now. This is a brown one, that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And then my Nothing Formed Against Me Shall Prosper t-shirt. And then God is in Control, which is one of my favorite ones. I wear this one every single day. So I will be sure to place a link to my shop in the description box below if you guys are interested in purchasing any of these t-shirts. I do want to mention that a portion of these proceeds are going to help in my church ministry or help young children and families who are struggling, especially over the holidays. I do want to make sure that I am doing my part in serving my community and going to homeless shelters and orphanages where I can be able to provide gifts and food to people in need. So I do want to mention that to you guys, so you guys are more inclined to purchasing from my shop, because I am pricing them at $30, just because I did make them myself and I did have to design them and everything, so it came out pretty expensive. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. So now we are going to go over 3 things that I think are the only things that you need in order to get closer to God and trust God. So number 1 is understand the Word. The purpose of the Word is to reveal God's love, to guide people through life and provide answers to our struggles. It teaches, rebukes, and corrects us so we can align to the natural order of the world, and it teaches us about love, joy, and peace. And I did work on this today, so this is why I'm reading through my laptop right in front of me. It teaches us how to properly love and forgive one another. When Jesus says we are to love our neighbor as ourselves, we are ordered to love everyone as Jesus Christ loved us. In John 13:34, Jesus says, I give you a new commandment. Love one another just as I have loved you. You must also love one another. But we are not supposed to love and enable the sin, which is where a lot of people in this day and age get confused. For example, we are in a culture where the LGBTQ plus community is being pushed down our throats for acceptance, indoctrinating our children and creating deception that is causing a divide between men and women. The Word provided a righteous order on how men and women are to conduct themselves to bring unity between each other under the covenant of God, to ensure that we love and support one another. The Word reveals the life offered to us through Jesus Christ. It provides us with a step-by-step guide to guide us through this fallen world filled with sinful nature and selfish desires. It brings clarity and hope. So, one of the biggest misconceptions that I think people have today is they think that the Bible was written in order to suppress our emotions and suppress our love. The Word is not only our hope and our peace, but it's our salvation. It was not created with the intention to create a division between man, let alone create deception within the people. You see how a lot of people are questioning their identity, their worth. The reason why people refuse to accept the Lord is because they are either being deceived, they don't understand or know the Word, or are actively refusing to let go of their old ways, their sinful nature. In the book of Matthew 16:24, we read, Then Jesus told his disciples, If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. We are to deny ourselves and follow him, leaving our old ways, our sinful nature, and become a new person through him. Understanding the word helps us navigate through the lies that are being displayed all over social media and through our government. And the second thing that we have to do is have an open heart. I feel like this one is really important for us because having an open heart is going to require us to be soft in the spirit, having childlike faith and not hardening our hearts, understanding the fact that hardships are inevitable and not allowing bad situations dictate how you perceive and act in the world today, especially towards others. We don't want to be an unforgiving, untrustworthy, bitter person, unable to detach ourselves from these external circumstances. Have you guys noticed that when we go through some form of hardship in our life, for example, a relationship, and we harden our hearts and we are unable to allow others in who more than likely have good intentions for us? Having an open heart is being open to change and accepting that bad things happen. It's inevitable. That's the sin that has entered into the world through disobedience of God when Adam and Eve sinned and ate from the tree of knowledge, the forbidden fruit. This act of disobedience is considered the first sin in the Bible, and it is known as the original sin. Adam passed his sin and guilt onto his descendants through heredity, which means that humans are born with a nature wounded by sin, deprived of original holiness and justice. And once you read and open your heart to the Bible, it becomes easier to understand life and understand ourselves. And the third thing is being willing to learn and opening your heart to instruction. Following the Lord is going to require us to be submissive, to follow the instruction of the Lord despite our own conditioned understanding, because we are all brought up completely differently. We have a numerous amount of religions, and we all come from many different adversities and different households, cultures. We are all raised with a certain idea of how our parents want us to be, and it is not always the correct way. Just because you have to change your old ways does not mean God is offering or ordering you to do anything bad. There is nothing in our Bible that we cannot benefit from. If you read the Old Testament and read the New Testament, you'd be surprised at how everything in life begins to make sense. But it cannot make sense if you do not open your heart to instruction. Our Father is not going to lead you astray. I promise you that. He wants to save us from ourselves, to prosper us and to show us what love really, really means. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video in some way, shape, or form. I know this was pretty short, but I hope you guys benefited from this. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys are interested in some other things that I have done that have gotten me closer to the Lord. I hope you guys have a blessed week, month, life, everything. Good night.